You know, I'm going to leave you guys a link in the description to a great guy. His name is, well, he's a YouTuber here, and he calls himself the Red Pill Philosophy. You know, and he makes quite a few very interesting videos. And after watching some of his videos, I began to think a lot more. And I'm going to leave you guys a link to two of his videos in the description. And, I want you guys to check them out. Because these two videos really resonated with me. Due to the fact that, one of them I completely agree with. I'm going to get down to the point. I've wanted to do three things. I've always wanted to do three things, or at least one of those three things. Especially when I was a kid. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to run my own wrestling company. And I wanted to create at least one really good sitcom. Because growing up, I was a huge fan of TV. Yes, it's hard to believe. I hate TV now. I don't watch it. I would rather watch YouTube videos. But back then, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, I was a huge TV fanatic. I was huge. I would watch just anything that got my interest. From Springer to South Park to wrestling, WWF versus WCW, ECW, Raw's War, SmackDown, Nitro, fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z, Invader Zim, Rocko's Modern Life, Kenan and Kel, The Amanda Show, Batman the Animated Series. The list goes on and on and on. I would watch, and not just, cartoons and wrestling, but sitcoms as well, like Even Stevens, like I said, Kenan and Kel, Malcolm in the Middle, Drake and Josh, one of my personal favorites, Married with Children. You can add old school Family Guy to that list as well, Beavis and Butthead. I used to love watching TV back then, and I was inspired to create a television show, at least a really good comedy. I was inspired watching the Attitude Era, watching WCW at the height of its popularity with the NWO and Nitro, watching ECW, watching guys like Rob Van Dam, Raven, Sandman, Sabu. I was inspired. I was fucking inspired. I wanted to create that. I wanted to get into that. I wanted to create something better than that. When I was a kid, I thought that I was better than Vince McMahon. I thought I could do better than Paul Heyman. I thought I could do better than Eric Bischoff. I thought I could create something better. I wanted to create a sitcom that resonated with kids and other people, just like those sitcoms resonated with me. And, when I'm listening to the Red Pill Philosophy's video, which I'm going to leave in the description, he's basically talking about the myth of laziness. And this video, I could not agree more with what he said. Because he's basically saying you are never lazy to do something that you love. Something that you are truly passionate about, something that you really want to do. And he's absolutely right, because I have a shit ton of ideas. I've wrote not scripts, but just stories on my laptop of ideas for sitcoms, of ideas for films. I even made a YouTube video saying, like, if I was in Hollywood, these are some films I would want to see. And you can go watch that on my channel. Just go to the video section and look that up. Movies that need to be made. You know, I've always had a passion for entertainment. You know, I've always had a passion to create. I've always had a passion to just think outside the box. And, you know, I've never ever been the one to really fit in. You know, yes, I've had some friends, some associates or buddy whatever's along the line, but I honestly can say I've never had a true friend. Living in a black and Latino community, I've never had a true friend. I've never had somebody who would be there with me thick or thin. And one of the reasons is because I don't think black people in general know the meaning of the term being a true friend. I really do not believe that the black community knows the term of that meaning, to be a true friend. I don't think people in the black community know that. You know, I honestly don't think they do. You know, there may be a few people who do, but for the most part, no, there aren't. You know, I remember just being told when I was in school that I was lazy and that, you know, I've had people tell me that, you know, I ain't going to be shit. I'm going to be another one of these ghetto Negroes living in the projects for the rest of my life. You know, I'm just going to become a drug dealer or something or whatever, or just a piece of shit person. And the fact of the matter is, you know, I started to believe that. And that's why I'm making this video right now, because if there's anybody in my situation that is going through that right now, whether it be you, Salim Ibrahim, whether it be anybody else, you know, I'm pretty sure Dr. Phoenix, he can tell you some stories as well. You know, anybody at all. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. You know, fuck people that tell you, that try to control you and conform you. Fuck those people. Being black, I've never liked rap music. I've never liked hip hop. I've never, like, I don't care about R&B, because R&B, it's not promoting stereotypes. It's just love music. You know, gospel soul, I don't care about that either. But rap and hip hop has always been a genre that I've truly despised. You know, and the reason I've despised this genre is because it does nothing but stereotype black people more than anything else. This genre of music has it literally is no good. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't care. To me, this is the worst genre of music. I would rather listen to opera and country music. I'd rather listen to that quote unquote redneck music over rap and hip hop. That's how bad I hate it. That's how much I despise it. And that's how much you will never change my opinion on that. Growing up was just extremely tough because you always had to feel like you had to fit in, especially up here in New York when everything is overcrowded. Everywhere is overcrowded. People are this and this and this. You got motherfuckers in cliques over here. You got this motherfucker in a clique over there. You've got this motherfucker being a clique over it's a pain in the ass. And I swear to fucking God, I can't wait until I move to the suburbs or a rural country environment. whether it be even if I have to stay in this country, as long as I do not have to grow up in a city, ghetto, urban environment, as long as I don't have to live in an area like that, but getting back to what the red pill philosophy was talking about, it really resonated with me because I realized that I am not lazy. You know, I've been told I was lazy. I've been told I was a douchebag. I've been called a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I've realized that I am surrounded by idiots. I'm surrounded by dumb fucks. And the good people are in the minority. They are. The good people are in the minority. And even some of those quote unquote good people don't give a shit about you. Those quote unquote good people want to tell you all kinds of things like, oh, you should go to college. Oh, you need to worry about getting a job. You need to worry about this and that, paying your rent. You need to worry about this and that. They always want to tell you what you need to be worried about. But they never, ever want to just talk to you like a normal human being. They never want to find out the root of your problems. They never want to. They don't want to talk to you. They don't give a shit about you. And even those who claim that they want to talk to you don't give a shit about you. Some of those people, they don't give a shit. They literally just want to make themselves feel good because they're a bunch of pretentious twats. That's why they want to pretend they want to feed the homeless once a year during Christmas. Okay, what about the rest of the fucking year? You know, they want you to feel like shit. You know, and that's one of the problems I have with some of these quote-unquote good people and some of these religious people. Because at the end of the day, do they really care about you? Or are they just saying that? Do they just want to make face? They want to be like John Cena. They want to make themselves look good just so they won't get criticized. And that's what a lot of people, they suffer from a term that I'm going to coin right now, and I hope a lot of you start using it. They suffer from John Cena syndrome. They are so insecure that they want people to think that they are actually good people. They want to be so politically correct. They want to censor themselves. They're not real individuals. They're fakes. They're fucking phonies. They're not real people. They don't have any real ideas. They don't have any real aspirations. They don't have any... They don't care. They don't really care if you feel good or not. They just want to make face. They want to tell you that you're lazy and that you're not working hard enough, even though there are days when you're working like fucking 10-hour days, 12-hour days. And then they want to say, oh, like when you come home, you don't feel like going to the club, or you don't feel like going to some shitty bar or something like that. They want to point at you like, oh, you're just lazy. You're tired. You're young. You should want to do this and that. Motherfucker, I don't feel like doing that. Okay? I don't feel like going to some shitty club that plays shitty rap music and shitty Taylor Swift songs and shitty Katy Perry songs just to make you feel good. I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing what you want to do all the fucking time. I don't feel like wanting to do what you think I should do. Okay? You are not me. I am sick and tired of people trying to basically say you're a bad guy and you're lazy just because you don't have a better opportunity. You weren't blessed. You weren't, you weren't born rich. You weren't this and that. You did not have an opportunity to really be able to find yourself. You didn't have an opportunity. You didn't get a chance because you were too busy working, trying to pay the rent, trying to pay bills. And then you want to come to me, and tell me I should do this, I should do that, I should do this and that and this and that. And it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. The red pill philosophy was right. All right? He was absolutely right. He brought up how we are stuck in school. Basically, and the thing is, we're learning shit that we don't even need in the real world. We're learning shit that, like, who the fuck is going to use quadratic equations in the real world? Who the hell? I could see you, you using, like, basic math and percentages and stuff like that. But who the hell is going to use a quadratic formula in the real fucking world? Okay, who the fuck is going to learn a lot of this menial shit? Who the fuck? Like, seriously. This is just a fucking brainwash. I'm going to leave a link in the description to that video, and I hope you guys watch it. Because he was 100% right. And he also made another video about how basically we are slaves to happy hour. And I'm going to leave a link to that video in the description as well. Because that video is so fucking true as well. As someone who is straight edge, as someone who is part of the straight edge culture, someone who just does not want to drink, does not want to get wasted, does not want to get shit-faced, I agree 100% with that video as well. And he brings up a lot of excellent points. He basically talks about how we are slaves to happy hour as well. How we go, like, after our fucking jobs are over, after we're done for the shift for the night, we want to go to a bar, or get a drink or something like that, or get shit-faced hammered. And that video really resonated with me as well, and I want you guys to check that video out as well, because he brings up excellent points. I for one got sick of trying to appeal to other people. I got sick of trying to talk black. I got sick of trying to quote unquote front. I got sick of drinking. I can tell you guys some life stories that will make your fucking head turn. That's why I make these videos. I do this to vent. And I do this to make you people want to wake the fuck up. It's just so funny to me how hypocrisy in this country is so unbelievable. It's so fucking unbelievable. I mean, we talk about fucking Black Lives Matter. Yet when a 9-year-old girl is doing her homework, you know, she's shot in a ghetto neighborhood, and nobody makes a big deal about it. It's only a big deal when the evil big bad white man kills a black person. That's the only time it's a big deal. That's the only time it's a big deal. When white people kill black people. That's the only time you ever need to have an alert system on. You know, but if it's another ghetto piece of shit, another thug, another fucking abortion that just so happens to be black, we don't bat an eye. Oh yeah, we'll say it's sad and something needs to be done, but we won't actually do anything about it. The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy in this world is sickening. It's fucking sickening. We're all about black power whenever it comes to white people, but we don't say shit when a black or Hispanic or some Latino gang kills a black person. We don't say shit. We don't make a big deal about that. Because, it's not racist. Because racism is the only bad thing in the world, guys. Remember, racism is the only bad thing in the world. It's the only bad thing in the world. We should fight against that and only that. Because black people aren't smart enough to want to fight the entire battle. We aren't smart enough to want to fight everybody who does this wrong. Not just white people, but thugs, fucking ghetto ratchets, and criminals. We don't want to fight those people, though. We don't want to fight those people. Because the black community is brainwashed. And that's a fact. The black community is fucking brainwashed. It's sad. It's really fucking sad. You know. And you wanna know what else is fucking sad? You wanna know what else is hypocritical? Let's talk about one of my favorite animes of all time. I'm pretty sure you guys who've ever heard of this anime know what it's about. You're probably getting where I'm coming from. But for those of you who have never heard of Death Note, don't watch anime, don't partake in that stuff. You don't. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys in on it right now. You see, Death Note, and one of the reasons I really do like it, but one of the reasons I really am annoyed with it is because of how pretentious it is. This is a very pretentious anime. You know. But I'll give it one thing. It doesn't try to be as overly pretentious as, like, let's say, Batman or The Purge. You know, and even though I did like The Purge Anarchy, I'm sorry. But, you know, this anime is very pretentious at times. And it's also very hypocritical at times as well. Because that guy on the right here, Light, he's basically trying to create a new world. He wants to create the perfect world, if you will. He wants to eliminate all crime. And he's basically using the Death Note in order to do it. He's killing criminals left and right. He's using his intelligence to get by. to fool the police, to fool L. He's literally, and you know, it's funny because there's so many L fans in this anime. You know, there's so many L fangirls who love L and hate Light, when Light easily fucking outdid L at his own game. And not only that, Light was right. I didn't always agree with Light in the anime, and I even thought some of his decisions were stupid. But I was pro Light all the way. I was pro Kira all the way. And you want to know why I was pro Kira all the way? Because he wanted to take out the trash. He wanted to get rid of the shit and make the world a better place. And he did. He did. Crime was going down immensely. Wars were fucking ending. They were almost at a point of world peace. Now, granted, I think, and one of my biggest problems with Death Note and The Purge as well, is the fact that we don't cover other topics aside from, just crime. And, and while it is important to kill crime, and while I do agree with Light's vision, yes, I do, and I'm not afraid to say it, we need to focus on other factors as well. We need to focus on inflation. We need to focus on poverty. We need to focus on, making even poverty-stricken areas look nice. We need to make them good places to want to live. And it's really, really amazing to me how we praise capitalism and how we fucking praise materialism over anything else. Not just in this country either, but all over the world, but especially here in America. We praise capitalism like no fucking tomorrow, instead of enjoying the simpler things in life. And that's one thing I really wish, Death Note and movies like The Purge would have went into more detail about. Not just crime and not just killing criminals, but how we can actually make the world a better place and actually create happiness. That's one thing I really wish they would have touched more in this anime. And that's one thing I wish, and that's one thing that the Red Pill philosophy talks about in his videos. You see, we want to kill criminals, but we don't want to acknowledge what keeps creating them. These systems, inflation, everything being overpriced, struggling to live, struggling to get by. We don't want to talk about what creates a criminal. We don't want to talk about we don't want to talk about any of that stuff. We just want to focus on getting by. We don't care about making this world a better place. We don't. We really don't. So let's stop kidding ourselves here. We don't care about making the world a better place. You don't care about Black Lives Matter. You don't care about being happy. You don't care about any of that. And that's my problem with you people. That's my problem with not just black people, but the world in general. You see, because once you guys, and the funny thing about this is, you know, you wanted to prove that Kyoto was wrong for killing criminals. You wanted to prove that Kyoto was wrong. And L even said in the anime he was going to sentence him to death. And here's the hypocrisy in that. You want to sentence Light to death. Just to prove killing is wrong. And that's actually one thing I will give Batman. He would never do something like this. He's not going to try, like, literally. And, you know, and in my face, I don't agree with Batman. I don't agree with all of Bruce Wayne's decisions. I don't agree with all of his decisions. I don't agree. And I do think he should kill the Joker. Because he has to put a stop to this. But for all you Batman fans out there, for all you people that want to praise Christianity and praise religion and say killing is wrong and stuff like that, you have no problem with our soldiers invading other countries and killing innocent people as well. And yes, there are a lot of innocent people that die overseas. It's not just terrorists. Okay? Get that through your thick head. When they tell you that the big bad American army, America, is going over there to fight only terrorism, that's a crock of shit. That is a crock of bullshit. They're not only going to other countries just to fight terrorism. They're going there because they want to police the world. I'll admit, if I was in Light's situation, I probably would have done the same damn thing. Except I wouldn't have been as stupid to kill that fake Kira. I mean, that fake L. That, Lind L. Taylor. That motherfucker. I wouldn't have killed him. I would have just said, you know what, you think you're going to catch me? Whatever. And then just focus on finding out criminals in other countries, killing them. Depending on their crimes, of course. If they were like murderers or mass shooters, you know, like fucking James Holmes and fucking Dylan Roof and people like that. You know, the guy who shot up Sandy Hook and all these gangbanging terrorists and stuff like that. I would have done my research and found out about criminals around the world and put them in the death note. Instead of being immature about it like Light was, because he was being immature. And as smart as of a character he is, that was stupid. That was completely childish what he did. He could have easily gotten away with it. You know? And hell, I really don't give a shit what anybody thinks of me. Because I'm not uploading these videos to get more friends. I'm not uploading these videos to make people happy. I am trying to make some of you see the light, which will and then make you more happy. But I'm not here to kiss your ass and to suck up. I'm here to spread the truth. I make these videos to tell the truth. And to tell it like it is. Whether you like it or not. I have no problem calling out hypocrisy And I have no problem taking out the trash. But then again, we live in a shitty world. Forget a perfect world for a second. You know, it doesn't have to be a perfect world, but it could be a hell of a lot better than what it is. And that's what you dumb fucks fail to realize. You don't want to make this place a better place. You don't want to make this world a better place. You want to thumbs down my videos. You want to troll, yet you have no argument stating why I'm wrong and why I shouldn't be uploading videos. You motherfuckers want to troll. You want to flag my content. As you thought I was going to forget about the Hellspawn Ramirez video. Yeah, that one that was flagged down. You thought I was going to forget about that? You people are a disgrace. You people are a fucking disgrace. You are completely shallow, insecure, and you just want to front, and you want to bullshit like you're that good. I find that to be highly disgusting. It's pathetic how some of you want to come on here and act like a bunch of puppets, a bunch of tools. And yet you don't ever want to call out the real problems. And you don't want to do anything about it. You don't want to call out the real problems. You don't want to do shit about it. And then people want to wonder why I'm against politically correct bullshit. If you don't like me, if you don't fucking like me, then I don't want to have anything to do with you either. I don't want to be surrounded by fake fucking people. I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of losers, a bunch of insecure trolls. I want to be surrounded by people who get my message and can relate and resonate with it. The rest of you pathetic trolls, you pathetic child abortions, can go fuck yourselves.